water and drown myself in you. I breathe in water, dive myself in you. I breathe in water. If he wants me to breathe in water.
Hi, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm in Kenya, so it is afternoon where I am. Okay, so today I want to make a video on something that the Australian government, they have this new bill that they want to pass this religious discrimination bill in South Africa, in Australia. And this is the second draft of the religious discrimination bill, and it will have wide-ranging effects on many areas of public life, including access to medical services, schooling, employment, social media, aged care, hospitals, and even some commercial services. So, as well as an explainer about the bill's provisions, this is The Guardian. It says, we have collected examples from the government's explanatory memorandum and stakeholders about what people would be allowed to say or do if the bill passes. Okay, so that's only if the bill passes. So statements of religious belief. So this is one of the things. Protection will be received for statements of religious belief will not be found to breach other federal, state, and territory discrimination laws. So these are things that will not be found to breach laws. Okay, so I will read what it is and then I will give my opinion, okay? Because, you know, I'm very opinionated about these things. So, example. A Christian may say that unrepentant sinners will go to hell. An example cited in the EM which mirrors the facts of Israel Folau's case. Okay, I don't want to go into the Israel Folau's case because I'm so sick of that case because I had to do a lot of research and data collection for some of the work that I do. And I got paid a lot of money, so continue with all the scrap, people. Okay, sorry, I digress. So, a Christian may say that unrepentant sinners will go to hell. So this will not be found to be a breach of discrimination laws. Like, duh, of course, it cannot be a breach because if you are a Christian, then you believe that unrepentant sinners will go to hell. And if you say that, you have the right to say it because you are a Christian. I'm South African. We used to have the apartheid. I have the right to say that because that is a fact. It is a fact in biblical scripture that unrepentant sinners will go to hell. End of story. Nothing to see here. Move along. So I agree totally with that. There is nothing wrong in saying that. Whether you say it in a malicious way or nice way, a non-violent way, it's just a fact. And it's on the recipient of this fact to respond. If you're a Christian, you should know it's a fact and you're going to go to hell. If you're non-Christian, it doesn't bother you, so you can just be like, talk to the hand. Nothing to see here, move along. Okay, right, second one. A doctor may tell a transgender patient of their religious belief that God made men and women in his image and that gender is therefore binary. Gender is binary. We all know that. There's XX, there's XY, female, male, and then there is an intersex, which is an anomaly, biological fact. A doctor has the right to say that. Of course, personally, I feel as a doctor, I don't know why he should be bringing in his religious beliefs in this case, because as a doctor, he doesn't have to bring in his religious beliefs because it's just already a biological fact. So that one, I'm kind of half-half about that one, okay? But also on the other hand, if I know a doctor, well, this is just me personally because I cannot speak for the next person because, you know, other people are very touchy, feely. I'm more fact and logic based. If the doctor If I know a doctor has this kind of religious beliefs, I'm not going to go and see a doctor. Like me, I never go to a Muslim doctor. Sorry, people, because I just have an issue with Islam in general. So you can choose. You can always choose, okay? Right. I don't get the Muslim doctor's clinic closed down. No. I just go to a different doctor. I go to the atheist doctor, okay? I just go to a doctor. Science. Okay, a single mother who, when dropping a child off at daycare, may be told by a worker that she is sinful for denying her child a father. Yeah, this is a bit personal. I don't think this is a nice thing, and I don't see someone going, "You are a sinner. You're not a good person. You're denying a child a father." Like, no, I probably can imagine that this is done in a very gentle way and in a very nice way, which is also factual, you know. When you're a single mother, you are denying a child the right to have two parents. Whether it's two mothers or two fathers, it doesn't matter. You are doing that. That's just a fact. But on the other hand, I think this is personal, and I mean, we shouldn't be doing this, but should it be against the law to do this? No. It should be on the recipient to take it and deal with it. Someone says to me, "Oh, you're a single mother and, you're denying your child a father." I'll just give them the middle finger and then show them my fabulous backside, and then I'll just walk along. End of day. I'm not going to take them to court, okay? Because it's just plain stupidity. Right, next. A woman may be told by a manager outside work that women should submit to their husbands or that women should not be employed outside their home. Hey, idiots have the right to their idiot opinions, okay? So if idiot wants to think that outside of work, okay, not in work, this is now outside in the street, that I should submit to my husband and that I should not be employed, idiot of the first order, outside of work, I will not associate with you, okay? Again, it's up to the recipient. You deal with it. I don't have to go and make a case against this guy for being an idiot. He's just an idiot, okay? Right. My husband just walked in, so if there's a little bit of noise, please excuse. Okay, sorry, there was a slight pause. There's a pause here because my husband came in and then caused a big ruckus in the room, and then I had to switch off the thing, and so I'm going to record the next part. So where did we get to? Okay, so the next one here is, a student with disability may be told by a teacher their disability is a trial imposed by God. Okay, now this is just wrong on all levels, okay? First of all, teachers should not be talking like this, okay? Teachers should not be talking like this. This is not right. But should this be, is this a breach? Should this be considered a breach of federal law? I still say no. Okay, and so I think this can be handled within the school, with the parents of the child, etc. I mean, such a person shouldn't be a teacher in the first place. Okay, because I don't know, well, it depends on the religion, because I mean, in Buddhism and in Hinduism, they do have this karma thing. And, we all love talking about karma. And if karma says that, if you didn't do well in this world, in this life, when you get reincarnated, you're going to come back with some issue. So I guess it depends on time and place. But no, I don't think it's a bridge. Not at all. Okay? Right. But again, this is just my opinion, so hate me now. A person of minority faith may be told by a retail assistant from another religion that they are a heathen destined for eternal damnation. Hey, a person of any faith can tell you anything. Because if you are a person of faith, you have to be so strong in your faith that it doesn't matter who the hell says what to you, you can overcome it. There is no need for the government to come to your protection, because you have a person of faith, you have some higher power that you believe will protect you, etc., etc. So I don't see why you need support from the government. On the other hand, if you are a faithless person, if you're an atheist or a heathen or a pagan or whatever, you don't even believe in God in the first place. So why are you getting offended by something you don't believe in? Hello, idiot of the first order, get a life. Move on. Why are you getting triggered by something that does not affect you? If someone tells you something, you are what, a heathen destined for eternal damnation, then you'll just be like, that's crap. I don't believe in that crap. Moving on. But in this case, they say if you're a minority faith. So I go back to my first thing. If you have faith, it doesn't matter who says what. And if this does trigger you, maybe you should look at yourself, because I don't think you have faith. Sorry. Next. Caveat: statements must be made in good faith, not be malicious or harass, vilify or incite hatred against a person or group, not advocate for the commission of a serious criminal offense. Hallelujah. Of course, we all agree with that. We agree with that. But then on the other hand, who's to say what is considered that it's not made in good faith, that it's not malicious, or it's not harassment, it's not vilifying, it's not inciting hatred? Who is going to be the person that decides this? Because I can say tomorrow to you, let's say my friend Benjamin, you're a Christian, but if you keep drinking so much, you're going to go to hell, because God doesn't like drunkards. He might feel that I'm inciting hatred, but I'm not. I'm looking out for my friend. First of all, I'm looking out at him, looking out for him, because first of all, spiritually, he's on the wrong path. He's claiming to be something, but he's not doing it. And he's not doing this. I'm just using his name as example. He's on the wrong path. Second of all, I don't want him to die of alcoholism. No, I want him to live. But then, he might think it's hate speech, or it's inciting violence. Okay, so that I also don't understand. It's just like stupid. Okay, religious activity. Okay, so this is the protection that will be received. Discrimination against a person on the basis of religious activity is unlawful. Yeah, that makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense, because, okay, I can't, although I do this, discriminate against a person on the basis of religious activity. Yeah, I've done that. I had a studio, and I told every Muslim child that came to my studio, I told them, this studio is Celesta's Studio of Performing Arts, and here the god is jazz dance, and you will follow the laws of jazz dance. There's no other god here. So don't come tell me you got fasting and you got cannot wear this or cannot wear that, because it doesn't apply here. So that's kind of discrimination. And I used to say, I don't take Muslim students, because Muslims should not be dancing. Okay. So should they go and file a report against me? No, that's stupid. They can just go to the other dance school. There was another dance school just like across the road. Like, go there. End of story, Recipient, take the responsibility into your own hands. Okay, so they say example, public evangelizing, street preaching, even where is in contravention of council bylaws. Yeah, I don't think this should, if you are evangelizing on the street and you have a permit, you should have the right to say what is in your religion. Because this cannot be outlawed, because if you have a permit, you have the right to say these things. Like if I'm a Christian and I have the right to say Jesus resurrected on the third day, because it's written in the Bible. Okay, so yeah, I'm not seeing why people are thinking this is rubbish. I'm thinking this is right. Okay, medical services, protection received. So under this laws, the religious people will receive something. Okay, unless it is against the law to refuse treatment, health practitioners are allowed to conscientiously object to providing a health service, and no professional rules can override that right. So example, a Catholic doctor refusing to provide contraception to all patients, or to prescribe hormone treatment for gender transitions, I agree, because he's a Catholic, that goes against his religion. You If you go there, you know that. So don't be an idiot, don't go there. There's a lot of other doctors. Australia is a first world country. You can have many choices. If you was in some Timbuktu where there's only one doctor, I might stand up for you. In this case, you're just being an idiot. Move along. Nothing to see here. Okay? A Catholic nurse who refuses to participate in abortion procedures or to provide the morning after pill to a woman, again, it's a Catholic nurse. Hello, we should be with the program already. We know what Catholics believe. So if the Catholics believe that, don't go there, go somewhere else. Okay, go to the atheist or the whatever other religion allows this. Go there or whatever. Choices, people. It's Australia. Multiple choices. Okay, right. A pharmacist refusing to provide the pill to women for contraceptive use or hormone treatment. No, if it just says a pharmacist refusing for no reason, just because, that is wrong. That should be against the law. If it was for religious reasons or whatever, I can understand. But this is it just says a pharmacist refusing to provide the pill to women for contraceptive use or hormone treatment. Okay. Also, pharmacists don't just have the right to provide pills. This comes with a doctor's prescription. So no doctor's prescription, no pill. End of story. Okay, right. A doctor could refuse to prescribe post-exposure. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not even going to try. Moving on. Within the required 72-hour window to a patient whose condom broke during a sexual encounter on the basis of religious beliefs that forbid sexual activity outside of marriage. Again, if that doctor doesn't want to give you a pill because it's his or her religious belief, go somewhere else. Again, people, it's Australia. Hello. Has everybody gone crazy? What's happening to IQ? Yeah, maybe something in the water. They stop drinking the water. A psychiatrist could say to a woman with depression that she should be looking forward to the kingdom of heaven. Under the proposed laws, the psychiatrist could challenge the deregistration as religious discrimination, while the patient could have a disability discrimination complaint refused. Yeah, no, this one I totally don't agree with, because I don't think... No, but then it depends. If the psychiatrist is a Christian and the person he's dealing with is a Christian, he can say that because that is within... that's within Christianity or whatever religion it is. If it's within the religion, I think they have the right to say that. But I don't see why. I think it would be wrong for psychiatrists to say something like this to a non-believer or someone who does not subscribe to the whole heaven issue, because that would just be unethical. So yeah, but that would not even fall under this discrimination. That is just being a psychiatrist being unethical, okay? That's a totally different story. Okay, so after another technical issue, I'm back. Okay, so the last one is a law passed by a state parliament that banned the promotion of programs that seek to convert LGBTIQ people. I just call them the alphabet people. Actually, this is the YouTuber Amazing Lucas. He has coined that term because they're using up all the letters of the alphabet already. Could be overridden by the Federal Attorney General as an infringement on statement of beliefs. Yeah, for me, I think religious organizations should have the right to have conversion therapy, because there are a lot of people that, although they are homosexual, pansexual, gender situational like me, bisexual, whatever sexual, necrophilic, zoophile, pedophile, whatever, doesn't matter what they are, they don't want to be this, and they want help. Not everybody wants to be a part of the LGBTQAIWXYZ, the alphabet. Not everybody wants to be part of it, and I know, because I'm living it. We don't want to be part. Not everybody wants to be part of it. So conversion therapy should be there. And people have the wrong idea about what conversion therapy is. Conversion therapy is just where they teach you how to take sexual responsibility for your sexuality. That's all, which they do even for straight people. If you're straight people, it doesn't mean you can go around screwing anything in sight. No. There's a limit. Dead bodies are dead bodies. Don't go around having sex with dead bodies. It's just the same thing. So I don't know what the issue is, why conversion therapy should be banned or it should be considered discrimination. Leave the conversion therapy because there are some people who want it. Okay? I think that's the last thing. So basically, employment. Wow, so many. Although the primary aim of the bill is to prohibit religious discrimination, there are a range of exemptions that will allow religious discrimination to continue. So, for example, religious hospitals, aged care providers or accommodation providers such as retirement villages may discriminate against their staff on the basis of religion, both in terms of hiring and to set codes of conduct requiring them. Of course, it makes sense. It's a private business. You want a certain code of conduct, you want a certain kind of ethic in your workforce, that's it. If you don't like it, don't go and work there. Move along, nothing to see there. A religiously affiliated business may require senior leaders to hold or engage in a particular religious belief or activity where that is an inherent requirement. Again, it's a private company. If that's what they want, so be it. An Anglican public benevolent institution could require its employees, including voluntary workers, to uphold and act consistently with Anglican doctrines and teachings. For sure. I'm not an Anglican. I cannot go there with my eclectic Jesus Taoist teachings and go and work there. It's going to clash. So I'm not even going to go and work there. Okay? Right. Domestic duties. A person hiring a live-in nanny or in-home carer services may require that they be of the same religion, belief, or activity. Of course, I live in Malaysia. Muslims only want Muslim maids. Hello? They don't want some Chinese maid they're cooking pork in their kitchen. So let's be real. Let's not be hypocrites. An employer can ask a prospective employee whether they observe any holy days during which they can't work to determine if they can fulfill the inherent requirements of the work. Of course, because if you're going to be praying 5 times a day or you're going to be off work because you have this ceremony, that ceremony, then you can't work here. Sorry, nothing to see here. Move along. And if you don't want to, you don't have to work there. There's other people who will take you, okay? If Friday means from 12 to 3 you're not working, don't come work in my office because my office, we don't care about that things. Go work somewhere else. Moving on. Social media. An office worker could declare on social media that a fellow employee is in a wheelchair because they are sinful and urge them to attend a faith healer. The workplace inclusion policy would be overridden by such a statement of belief, and any action taken against the offender could be... Okay, that kind of statement, it's not nice. Okay, it's not nice. So I agree that should be discriminated against. On the other hand, I do wellness. If I know of someone who has something and I recommend, I'm doing my wellness class, it does help with blah, 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 and I advertise it on social media in a group where I know people have this issue, why must you discriminate? Why should I go taken to court for that? So that one I'm a bit iffy about. Schooling. A Jewish school may require that its staff and students be Jewish and accordingly refuse to hire or admit someone. Of course, it's a freaking Jewish school. They have the right to do that. A student attends the same religious school through their primary and secondary education. At 16, they lose faith in the religion of the school and tell a teacher that they are now agnostic. The school would be able to expel, suspend, or otherwise punish, for example, No. If the student loses faith, I don't think they should expel, suspend, or punish, or give detention. No. If the student has lost faith, they continue still teaching whatever they're supposed to teach, and that student, it is then on that student who is the recipient to then just follow accordingly. Because if you have lost faith, you can choose to stay in the school or leave. So again, it's up to the recipient. It's not for the school. The school can continue doing what they want to do, but the punishment and all that, that's crap. Okay, so please listen what I said. If you didn't hear me, rewind. Accommodation camps, this goes on forever. Camps and conference sites. Rule, religious camps and conference sites may discriminate against another person on the ground of religious belief or activity. This is an exemption lobbied for by the Sydney Anglican Church with reference to this example. Anglican youth work should be able to reject an application for the First Church of Satan to hold a black mass at one of its campsites. Of course. It's their campsite, so they have the right to say whatever they want to do. I can't just go there and go and do a strip show. They don't want that there. Like, hello, common sense. What has happened to common sense, people? There's also an exception for the provision of accommodation so that a homeowner seeking a tenant for their spare room may require that the tenant be of the same religious belief or activity as the homeowner. Hello? Homeowner. It's your home. You have the right to do whatever you want to do in your space. If I want only cows in my house, but I don't want humans in my house, it's my space. Unless I'm living in a communal property, which if I was my own little farm, they have the right to do that. It's their private space. Okay, hopefully that's the last. Oh, thank goodness that's the last. Okay, so basically, as you can see, this kind of topics is very irritating and annoying because it's all just freaking common sense. And so basically, the whole thing is, be nice. Be nice and be logical. Be nice meaning don't go and tell people things that like they're going to hell and all that, which they probably are if they, believe in hell. And if you don't believe in hell, move on, but let's be nice, let's be logical, let's use common sense, let's not jump the gun, give everybody a chance to say what they want to say. We all may disagree. Some people will want all those restrictions. You can have all those restrictions, and then what kind of life are we living? Then we like this under control, then we might as well go back to the Soviet Union days. Okay? I was just in Cuba, and you don't want to be living like that, but I think that's what people want. They want that kind of communist where the government rules everything. And also people must stop being so sensitive. Oh, he said this, he said that. Get over it. Get over it. Most of my life I was told I'm not worth it because of the color of my skin, when meanwhile I have a very nice complexion, cafe au lait. But anyway, that's another story. And I was considered an unworthy human being. I couldn't even vote. But I didn't get all sensitive. No. You just get along with life. Okay, so I may sound harsh, but I'm just so sick of all the stupidity. And of course, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about if you don't watch my video. So anyway, cheers, peace out, all that good stuff. Yeah, have a good day.